Good morning and welcome to December. I decided instead of giving you a article to read this month, I might give you a little advice based on a number of scars that I've developed over the years with regard to dealing with December. Also, I hope that you've had a great start to the school year and that things are going well. As always, don't hesitate to give me a call if you have some issues. A couple of things I wanted to make note of, and it goes back to some of the research that we talked about in our summer programming, and I'll reference Vivian Robinson's research first of all in her book Student-Centered Leadership. Vivian said that there's essentially three things that leaders do. Number one, they maintain business as usual. Number two, they manage crisis and surprise. Number three, they pursue priority goals. And for the most part, what I've been pushing you towards is the instructional leadership piece, that pursuing the priority goals piece, and the opportune time to do those types of things starts kind of in mid-September, all the way up till now. December is a little bit of a different animal, and I think it's a time in which you start to shift a little bit from pursuing priority goals because you have minimal impact at this particular time of year because of a confluence of factors, fatigue, motivation, the distractions of Christmas and the holiday season and concerts and all those types of things. You move from that pushing the priorities goal piece into the other two, and that is maintaining business as usual and managing crisis and surprise. So if I was to give you any advice moving forward in December, I would tell you to maintain business as usual as much as possible. And the more that you do that as a leader with strong visibility and working with your relationships, the less you'll have to deal with crisis and surprise. Things tend to be a little bit accentuated at this time of the year, and I've always had more success when we focused on keeping people busy and productive all the way through the month, and trying to eliminate distractions. I'd also say that there's two groups of people as a leader that you want to pay particular attention to at this particular time of year. The one are those vulnerable students that have suffered some sort of trauma in the last little while. Christmas and the holiday season can be a little bit daunting for them, and I think you have to kind of keep an eye open for those kids, and let them know that they're welcome in the school and that they're in a safe and a caring environment, and a little extra attention to those individuals at this time of the year will certainly, I believe, pay off in terms of maintaining that business as usual. The second group that you have to have a particular note to is your first year teachers. They are running on fumes right now. They've gone through kind of a tremendous emotional time in terms of starting their career, and they're flying by the seat of their pants in many cases, and working about as hard as they possibly can, and they're wearing down. And as they wear down, they tend not to make as good a decisions as they might normally make. And I think that it's important to kind of maintain contact and maintain confidence with those folks. They come back in January refreshed, renewed, and revigorated and ready to go. And you need to get them through the next 3 weeks with a sense of confidence and confidence going forward. So the vulnerable students and the first year teachers would be a great place to invest your time. So that's my December advice. Tried to keep it as short as possible. I know that I have a face for radio, and I appreciate the opportunity to kind of touch base with you. I hope things are going well. I hope you have a great December and a wonderful holiday season, and we'll touch base with you again in January. Take care.